Hey there, welcome everybody. It is Universal Baseball Association YouTube channel. Hope everybody's doing well. And we've got a pretty good ball game here between two first place teams in my 5-team Fall Classic replay. It's Boston at Oakland, and it's Vita Blue versus Louis Tiant. We're joining the action in the top of the fourth with one out. And the second. Fisk scores. I don't know I can't remember how Evans got to second. It was a single. Let's take a quick look. So in the third inning, it was Harper who singled, and then was bunted over and scored on a Burleson single for the first run of the game for the Red Sox. And then in the fourth inning, it was a triple by Fisk, and then a single by Dwight Evans. Now he makes it to second base somehow. It says Evans to second, and that's all I have. I have no idea how he got to second. Single, Fisk scores, Evans to second. Don't know how that happened. So what if I undo? Let's see. All right, so it's a triple, run around third, and we're going to single. Fisk is on at first, or rather, Evans is on at first. Fisk scores, and it's a 2-0 Red Sox lead. We're in the top of the fourth. It's Vita Blue on the mound for the Athletics. We're playing Fall Classic Baseball. This is your host, Tony Porter. Remember to like and subscribe, and please comment. Let me know what you think. It's going to be, so that was a single, 44, and it's Bob Montgomery with a runner on first and one out. Here's the pitch from Vita Blue. Vita Blue has his ace stuff, and so does Tiant. That's going to be a 63, and that'll be a swing and a miss. Struck him out, 2 away. So Montgomery chases a high fastball, and he heads back to the dugout. Here is Rick Burleson. Burleson's batting 247 in the sim, 284 in the season. Pitched by Blue, and it's a 51. That's a KD, doesn't apply. A 19, and that'll be a 51 second base. Bounce to second, Green with a nice play. Flips to Kubiak, and it's a 4-6 put out to end the inning. All right, Jesus Alou leads off. Alou batting 280, 50 at bats. He batted looks like 266. Here against Louis Tiant. Tiant pitching a shutout. This is beginning of the fourth inning for Louis Tiant. Tiant on the season is 12-3, having a outstanding sim. 2.09 ERA, 1.07 WHIP. Here's the pitch to Jesus Alou, and that is a 61. Struck him out for the first out. And next up is Angel Mangual, 224 hitter. 233 in reality. The pitch by Tiant with a 35, and that will be a pop-up. Left side. Hughes back on the outfield grass, and he calls for it. Makes the catch. The infield for the Red Sox is Hughes at third, Guerrero at short, Burleson at second, and Danny Cater, the first baseman. Behind the plate is Carlton Fisk. In the outfield, from left to right, it's Harper, Benitez, and Dwight Evans. 2 out here against the A's in the bottom of the fourth, and it's Bill North. He's a switch hitter batting from the left side at 26, and that's going to be up the middle and a base hit. And he is always a threat to steal. And there he goes at 13, and he is safe unless Fisk has a strong arm, which I doubt. Fisk does not have a strong arm. He has an average arm, so that'll be the throw. The tag by Burleson, not in time. Stolen base for North, and that is, I have to look at the box score to figure out what steal that is. His 35th steal of the season. 35th steal of the season. He stole. Wow, he's got a lot of steals. Oh, man. But I'm seeing something here. 54 out of 80. Holy smokes. Was he caught stealing? What is that? 26 times? That's nuts. I can't believe that. I can't believe he was caught 26 times. That's a lot of times getting caught. Anyway, all right. North is in scoring position, and there's 2 outs. And here's Sal Bando. Sal Bando today, 0 for 1. And here is the pitch to Bando. Tiant with the windup, 42, and that'll be a fly ball. Center field, Beniquez over, under it, squeezes it, and that retires the side. We go to the top of the 5th. Mario Guerrero leads off. Pitch, a 33, and that's ripped. Base hit. A rope ball to left center field, played by Rudy, and Guerrero's on with a single. He has a speed, but no real base stealing speed. Here's Hughes, who's an excellent bunter, and he will bunt. He squares, and it's a good bunt. It's right back to the pitcher. Only one play, and that's the first. Now, when you play deep drive baseball, you can actually, there's a possibility for you to try to get the force play depending on the speed of the runner and the fielding of the fielder. Now, the fielding ability of the fielder plays a role here as well, but not the same thing. It doesn't allow me, you can add, subtract over in deep drive baseball and get the speed of the runner and the ability of the defensive player, and you get a number, and then of course you can potentially, the slower the runner and the better the fielder, the more chance there is of getting a fielder's choice. All right, here's Tommy Harper now with 1 out and a runner at second base. Pitch from Blue, and that's going to be a 55. That's line, base hit, and it's going to be knocked down by Kubiak before it gets to the outfield, and that'll keep Guerrero at third base. So there is a plus sign there. And there he goes, and the throw down, not in time. So 2 stolen bases in this inning by the Athletics. And here's Juan Beniquez, a right-hander, versus the lefty Vida Blue. Blue on the season is an 8-7 record with a 2.33 ERA, a 107 WHIP, 17 games started. So it's 1 out again. The Red Sox threatening here in the top of the 5th inning, playing fall classic baseball. Now you can try this game out for free at ASG Games. Here's the pitch by Blue, and that's a 35, and the infield is back. And it's going to be a 5-3, so we are going to score you know what? 5-3. Let me see what that is. 15. It says. I'm using this chart. Take it easy chart. This is, I think, my favorite chart. 15 says runner forced. Runner on third scores. There you go. Problem solved. So it's going to be a 5-3. Runner on second will hold. All right. So that is 3-0 now, and 2 away. That's going to bring up Danny Cater batting from the right side against the lefty Blue. Now Cater can hit lefties for sure. He's got a double splits here. 25 and 26 are both splits. I don't want to face Carlton, who's almost a 300 hitter, so I'd rather go for a 246 hitter. Danny Cater, the pitch from Blue. And that's a 55. That's going to be trouble, and that's a drive down the line. Fair ball into the corner. The carom is played by Rudy. And Harper scores. Into second base is Danny Cater with a 2-out RBI double. It's 4-zip. Carlton Fisk is next, and then it's Dwight Evans. Both can hit. So we're going to face Carlton Fisk here. Fisk today, well, he's batting 240, batted 299, so he's batting a little bit, well, somewhat worse, quite enough, 50 points lower than he should be. And Fisk batting cleanup, 1 for 2 today. All right, here's the pitch by Blue, and that's going to be a 42. It'll be a 1-4 as a walk, and this is a ripped. That ball is hit hard right at Rudy in left field, and that retires the side. But the Red Sox pick up a couple more runs here, and they lead at 4-0. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Joe Rudy's going to lead off. Now, Rudy was hitting in the 340s for a long time, even the 350s. But he's cooled off a lot. Joe Rudy, here's the pitch. And that's going to be a 46. Now, that's a ballpark. And my ballpark cards fell this morning when I started playing this game about 5 a.m. They fell under the table. Let me get them. All right, and this is going to be a ballpark. Let's see who's hitting here real quick. It's Joe Rudy. Rudy's got a ballpark home run. If it falls on that, of course, it's going to be a 9. He is a righty, and that's going to be a foul out because we are at Oakland Alameda County Coliseum with the big, huge foul territory. And that is fouled out to the first baseman on the right side. And that is one away. Here is Darren Johnson, who I always thought was an African American for some reason. And he's actually a Caucasian, Anglo-Saxon, if you will. Darren Johnson, 1 out. Here's the pitch, and that is a 51. So a possible error on who? Not with the 19, because that's going to be our KD check on the second baseman in Burleson with a 16. There's no way he's going to make that play. But I will check just in case. But he's making that play. He is at second base. He's a 5. Yeah, he makes that play. And Darren Johnson grounds out to the shortstop. 1-2 down. And here's Gene Tennis. Tennis on the season batting .256 with 14 home runs. Batted .211 with 26 home runs. We're approaching the midway point in the season. Here's the pitch by Tiant with a 15, and that is a bouncer to the shortstop. Guerrero up with it. Fires the first in time. Go to the top of the 6th inning. Leading off is Dwight Evans against Vita Blue. Vita Blue had 12 complete games out of 40 starts. So that's, I'd say, 25%. I know it's a little bit more, about 30%. Whereas Tiant, in 40 starts, had 25 complete games, which is more than 50%, maybe even 70% to 65%. Holy smokes. Here's the pitch to Evans, a 34, and that is a fly ball to left center field, north. He runs it down. Bob Montgomery batted .316 on the season, was a .250 hitter. Here's the pitch, the wind. Oh, this is again ballpark, and this is going to be fouled to the first baseman in near the stands, and he makes that catch. Another same roll, ballpark with the 9, right? And then here is Rick Burleson. 2 outs, nobody on. Pitch from Blue. And it's going to be a 31. I play that as a range play. Let's see who the range play is to. I pull a card. It's the shortstop. There's no way that Kubiak is at second base he's a 14. At shortstop, that's by him. Base hit, he's only a 3. So not a great range at the shortstop, but outstanding range at second base. Here is Guerrero. Not Vladimir, but Mario Guerrero. He ends up playing with the Billy Ball A's, doesn't he? In 1980, 1981. Here's the pitch. He was their shortstop. 66, and that's going to be a drive. And that's going to split the outfield and roll to the wall. A 2 is going to allow Burleson to come around to score, and that is a 2-out RBI double by Guerrero. Holy smokes. Terry Hughes now. Hughes batting .227 in the sim, .203 in the season. Here's the pitch from Blue. And that's a 65, a -4. That's a 0. And that's going to be bounced to third. Bando up with it over to first, and that retires the side. But the Red Sox lead at 5-0 now. And it's going to be Ted Kubiak leading off against Louis Tiant. And Louis Tiant, all right, he has his best stuff. So 32, and that'll be a bouncer to Burleson at second base. Sidearms it to first, 1 down. Here is Dick Green, who's really struggled this season with a 24, and he'll continue to struggle. That's a slow ground ball that Guerrero at short charges fires to first in time. And that's 2 away. And here is the top of the order now, Jesus Alou. Nice thing about Fall Classic Baseball, it's got 120 seasons. and all the players. So if you like to do replays and you don't want any headaches, go down, the Fall Classic alley, because if you like full team, actual lineup type of replays, this is a set for you. Here's the pitch, and it's a 14, which will be bounced to Guerrero at short again. I think that was, yeah. Oh no, it was 1 grounded to second and 2 grounders to short. We go to the top of the 7th. Harper leads off for the Red Sox, top of the order. Blue. I don't know how much longer Blue's going to go. 65 -5. That's going to be a bouncer to Kubiak. In the hole, long throw in time. Juan Beniquez with 1 out. And a 36 will be, again, chopped to short. Kubiak charges, gloves it, fires the first in time. 2 down. And here's Danny Cater. Cater batting 196 on the season, batted 246 in the actual season. In the replay, he's batting 196. Here's the pitch, and that's a 54. So that's a 54 chart lookup, but we just pull a card. It's a ground ball to the pitcher who knocks it down, up with it, and a good throw to first to retire the side. So no error on the pitcher on that. All right, Angel Manguala here in the 7th, bottom of the 7th inning. Louis Tiant winds and deals 33, and that is line base hit center field with a plus sign for stolen base, but we're not doing that. It is the 7th inning. He is at 20, so there he goes, and the throw down. Wait, got to roll again. There he goes, the throw down. Oh, wait, I didn't do this. And it's an 18. He is safe with a stolen base. So I want to keep on running until the 8th. In the 8th, I'll stop. That's actually the rule, and I think it makes sense. Still trying to stay out of the double play. North. Here's Billy North. And Louis Tiant with the pitch. And that's going to be a 52, a possible error. That KD fails. It's pretty high to be an error with a 14 center fielder. No way Beniquez has an error that high. There's just no way. So he'll run that down. Yeah, he's a 9 error. That's pretty high, but still not a 14. So he'll run that down in the gap. Beniquez, an excellent center fielder. Bando. Sal Bando. Sal Bando batting 213 in the sim, 243 in the actual season. Pitch from Tiant with a runner around second, 45, and that 45 will be an out. That's a fly ball left field. Harper, 2 away. And here comes Joe Rudi again. Joe Rudi batting 321, 11 home runs on the season. So having an excellent season. But he's cooled off quite a bit. He was batting in the 340s, 350s for a while there. And here's the pitch from Tiant with a 42, and that'll be a little nubber right in front of the plate, pounced on by Fisk, who fires to first, and that retires the side. All right, Fisk leads off here against Blue in the top of the 8th. This is probably the last inning Blue will go. He does only complete about, 25% of his games. We'll see what happens. See if he has a quick inning here. Here's Fisk, the pitch by Blue, a 32, which will be lifted to left down the line, and Rudi on the run, and Rudi runs it down. Excellent outfielder, Joe Rudi. Well known for his defense. Dwight Evans, the pitch, and the 65, that's trouble, 1-4, but that's a 5, so it's bounced to Bando, and Bando scoops it up, throws the first in time. Here's Bob Montgomery. Vita Blue, 46, that's ballpark. No ballpark home run, so that's going to be a fly ball. Deep center field. North goes back to the track and hauls it in. That retires the side. If he didn't have that no ballpark rating, he would have hit one out on that one in this ballpark here at Oakland. All right, so it's Darren Johnson leading off in the bottom of the 8th inning. 2-hitter by Louis Tiant. He's been outstanding, dealing no walks, 2 strikeouts, 2 hits, 7 innings. Here's Darren Johnson. Pitch by Tiant, winds and deals, and that is going to be a 36, which will be popped up middle infield. Both Guerrero and Burleson on the outfield grass, and it's Burleson who, it's actually Guerrero who calls him off. 1 away. Next up is Gene Tennis. The pitch, and that is a 54, and that we're going to have to pull a card. It's a 54 chart. Wilder, go to Wilder. Pull another card, and it's Wilder. Foul pop-up behind the plate. Catcher fighting it. Let's see. That is a 5. What is the catcher error rating for Fisk? He could make an error. He could drop it in foul territory. And he does not. He's a 2. So he will. The result is foul pop behind plate, catcher fighting it. D20. Eber drops, gets another chance. E2. All right, he makes the catch. So it's a foul out to the catcher for out number 2. And here's Ted Kubiak, switch hitter. Could pinch hit for Ted, but do I want to? Not really. Tiant is a righty. I got Pat Burke, but 2 outs. Just let him hit. 35, and that's a grounder to Hughes at third. Over to first in time. We go to the top of the ninth. 5-0. 5-9-0 for the Red Sox, and 0-2-0 for the A's. So we got 2 starters, and they're still in there. The pitch, 31 with, well, that's a cock die. 21, and that'll be a ground ball up the middle, and Kubiak gets to it, spins, throws the first in time. 1 down. Here's Mario Guerrero, 45, lined and caught by Bando at third. So it's ripped down the line, and Bando in the right place at the right time for the A's. The A's in 74, okay, I was thinking 76. I think 76 is the last season they have their actual, dynasty team, right, where they made it to the playoffs 5 straight years. In 76, they failed to make it, I believe. I think 75 was the last time they made it. Yeah, in the American League in 76, it was the Royals and the Yankees. Anyway, all right, so here goes Terry Hughes with 2 out, nobody on. The pitch, Blue's tired, but he can go an extra. Let me see how many batters he's faced. 35. He can face 32. So we have to pull. We got to actually. What I do is I roll him down 1 there. If he gives up another base runner, I put him to C, and I keep on moving that way. Hughes. It's a 63, and that'll be a ground ball to the first baseman, Darren Johnson. He beats Hughes to the bag, and we go to the bottom of the 9th. So Louis Tiant trying for a 2-hit shutout complete game here, and we're going to get a pinch hitter for Green. It is going to be Pat Burke to lead off, the lefty. So we're calling on Pat Burke here to come up and get us a hit. He had 96 at bats. I only sleeve the players with 100 bats. Yeah. Here's the pitch. Pat Burke. Burke batting .289 on the season. In the sim, 229 in the season. That's going to be a 13, which will be lifted to left center field. Harper and Benitez, and it's Harper. 1 down. Top of the order now for the A's, who were at the top of their game. Both teams are in first place, by the way. These are 2 first place teams in my 5-team replay of the 1974 season. Follow along. Oh, 66, and that's going to be line base hit center field, played by Benitez, and Alou is on with a single. That brings Angel Mangwal. And the pitch, and that's a 65. That's 1-5, and that's a deep drive to left field. And Harper looks up, gone. 2-run shot by Angel Mangwal. That'll be his 6th of the season. And it is a 5-2 ball game. So the A's, the world champion A's, have crept within 3. And here is Billy North. North is today. What's North doing today? North is 1 for 3 today. Pitch by Tiant, and that's a 24. 1-6 hit by pitch. That's a 9, -2. So it's a fly ball right field. Dwight Evans near the line makes the running catch, and that brings up Sal Bando. So the A's down to their last out here. The pitch from Tiant. Winds and deals, and that's a 55. That's going to be down the line. Fair ball into the corner. Played off the carom by Harper. Digging for second is Bando. Here's the throw. The tag by Burleson, and he's in there safe. So a 2-out double by Sal Bando, and that brings up Joe Rudy. Tiant is still looking sharp. He's only allowed 5 hits, and he still hasn't hit his endurance. The pitch to Rudy, and a 26 against a lefty. It's a base hit. Otherwise, it's popped up. Middle infield, shortstop Burleson calling again. Shortstop Guerrero calling for it, and he makes the catch, and that's the ball game, my friends. Louis Tiant wins it. He's 13-3. Vita Blue 8-8. Player of the game, Louis Tiant, outstanding. Hit wise, Mangual had 2 hits. For the Athletics, for the home team Athletics, for the Red Sox. 2 hits by Harper, Burleson, and Guerrero. Tiant again with the shutout. Well, he had a shutout, but it's broken up by the home run by Mangual, his 6th of the season. What else? Blue. 9 innings, 9 hits, 5 earned runs, no walks, 2 strikeouts, 2.45 ERA. Tiant with a 2.12 ERA. And the Red Sox 39-25, 14 games over. And it is the A's with a 41-24 record. That's 17 games over. So the A's still have a better record. And I'm Tony Porter. I'm your host. This is Universal Baseball Association YouTube channel. And join Universal Baseball Association Facebook group. Join Fall Classic Facebook group. And that's about it, guys. Thanks for watching. Remember to like and subscribe. And I will see you guys very soon.